What's up guys, my name is Garrett, and in this video I'm going to give you the most important things you need to know about getting started as a personal trainer. So recently I've been getting a lot of texts from friends and people on social media asking what the best way to get into personal training would be in terms of just how to get started. So I wanted to make this video for everyone so they could just go here and follow some of these steps, and hopefully it makes your life a little bit easier when you're trying to get into the industry. So a little background on my personal experience. I was a kinesiology major, so it was always something that I kind of wanted to do and kind of had a passion for. And then I started training in Boston in 2013, and I have absolutely loved it ever since, and I've learned a lot along the way. So I thought I'd pass some of this information on to you guys. I ended up getting my ACE certification to start, and I actually studied off of the NASM certification. So it all kind of rolls over into each other. It's all pretty much the same concepts that you're learning from every certification. It just depends on what you're looking for in terms of the style of learning when it comes to getting the certs, but I'll get into all that later. I ended up getting an integrated stretching certification, my certified strength conditioning specialist certification from NSCA. I had an opportunity to train professional athletes in Miami. I worked as a personal trainer for 5 years in Boston, and then I moved out to LA and have been training at Equinox in Santa Monica for the past 2 years, and have also expanded my business to a private sector as well. So I'm hoping to pass some of this information on to you guys, and I really hope it's helpful. Okay, so getting right into it, the first thing that you're gonna need is your CPR and AED certifications, which you can get through Red Cross. It's really simple. It's like a 5-hour long class or something. You can do it all in one day. But every certification is going to require that you have that, and every gym that you work at is going to require that you have those two things. So make sure you get your CPR and AED certifications first and foremost. And then some of the top certs like ISSA, ACSM, and NSCA, they will require that you have like a high school diploma or something equivalent to it, like a GED. So make sure you have those things before you get started. And also you have to be at least 18 years or older to get some of these certs, all of these certs. So make sure you have all those prerequisites set before you get into it. And secondly, second most important thing is getting your cert. So there's a lot of different certs out there, and this is usually the question I get most, like what cert should I get? Usually it's between ACE, NASM, ISSA, NSCA, or ACSM, and really you can't go wrong with any of them. Like I said, I got my cert from ACE back in 2013 because the gym that I worked for required it, but I had the book, I had all the study materials for ACE, but I didn't like the format and the actual textbook that I was reading from. So I got the NASM Certified Personal Training book, and I studied from that. I read it front to back, and I actually liked that a lot better. It's a lot easier to read. There's a lot of like really nice pictures, and which is what I like. I'm a visual learner, so it was just more aesthetically pleasing to me, and it wasn't as boring as the ACE book. That was back in 2013. Things have probably changed for all of these certs. So really you can't go wrong in terms of the top 5, which are ACSM, ACE, NASM, ISSA, or NSCA, Certified Personal Training certifications. The top 2 that most people get, I believe, are ACE and NASM. And like I said, I was a big fan of NASM. So any way you go, you can't really go wrong. And these certs are going to cost anywhere between $300 to $600, and that's just the test alone. And if you buy the study materials with it, which I would suggest, it could run you up to about $1,000. But I think it's well worth it to get the study materials because you're investing in your knowledge of this career that you have to be knowledgeable in to be successful. So always invest when you can in your education, and this time being no exception. Just go all out, especially if you're new. I was a kinesiology major, so I had some background in it. I didn't buy all the study material, and I was pretty confident in my knowledge of the body, and I had been working out since I was 13 years old. By the time I got to my first personal training job, it had been like at least 10 years of working out. That being said, as comfortable as I was being in the gym, even after I got my certification, I was completely lost when it came to actually working with someone one-on-one. So that being said, like always invest in your education as much as you can. You can never be too prepared in this business, and the learning never stops. You will never stop learning in this industry, and that's what I personally love about it. It keeps your mind sharp. It keeps you improving on yourself at all times if you want to be successful. So invest in as many educational opportunities as you can. One example of an investment I made was when I was 2 years into my personal training career. I had the opportunity to move to Miami to do an internship, completely unpaid. Had to pay for everything, my room, my board, a rental car while I was down there, all my food. The experience was priceless in terms of what I gained and the knowledge that I gained from being able to train with some of the best trainers in the industry, working with professional athletes, seeing how a business is run from top to bottom, or from the bottom up really, and just being able to take in so much information from these top trainers. It definitely changed the way that I train even to this day, and I wouldn't change that experience for the world. If I could, I would do it all over again, and just invest as much as you can in your education, and you'll go a long way. Okay, so the third most important thing that you need to know is get experience. Just do whatever you can to get some training experience under your belt. Learn as much as you can, and when you do learn something, just try it. Do it on yourself. The more you do it on yourself, the more you can feel the different things that you want to do with clients, the more effective those exercises and those strategies will be with your clients. If you've never actually done something and you're trying to give it to your client, you're not going to know how it's making them feel, and it can be awkward sometimes if you're not really sure how things are going with the person that you're training and how they're feeling. So, and when you do it yourself, you're far more inclined to be able to correct or adjust their form and just help them do the exercise as efficiently as possible. So write workouts for yourself, program for yourself, get used to programming. The more you do it, the better you get. It can take a while at first, but once you get good at it, you just fly through it. And make sure you always keep your body in shape, because your body is your billboard. So train yourself as much as possible. Like I said, program for yourself, help friends out, train them for free. Any experience that you can get, your mom, your brother, your sister, whoever, your coworkers, just train for free as much as you can, and that will really help you going into your career before you even get to a maybe corporate gym, or if you're going for private sector, it will help no matter what your plan is. Okay, so the fourth and maybe the most important thing you need to know getting into personal training is be ready to manage your expectations. This is probably the best job in the world, because you get to hang out in the gym, hang out with really cool people. You get to meet all different kinds of people and just gain so much knowledge and learn a lot about yourself through personal training. But if you want to make good money and you want to be successful in this industry, you have to be ready to grind. You have to realize that it's not going to happen right away. Sometimes it does. Some people pick up clients really fast, but you have to manage your expectations, because it doesn't always happen like that. and it can be a slow start, especially if you're a new trainer, you haven't had a background in exercise physiology or kinesiology. Your passion is going to go a really long way because people can see your passion for this job, and your passion is going to keep you motivated through the tough times. And even after you build your client base, it's always going to be fluctuations of people leaving, coming and going. So you have to be ready for that, and just know that it's going to happen sometimes, and don't let it discourage you. You just have to keep grinding, know how to sell yourself, be outgoing, talk to everyone for whatever reason, and make sure everything that you're doing has a purpose. A lot of times people that get into personal training are very talkative to begin with, which is great, but then they just end up making a whole bunch of friends at the gym and not getting any clients. So make sure when you are being outgoing with these things, with people at the gym, you're directing your conversations towards how can I be of service to you within the fitness realm. Okay, you want to be friends with these people, but first and foremost, you want to educate people. If you have that mindset, you can go a really long way in this industry. And like I said, I think this is one of the best jobs in the world. If you can grind it out at the beginning, build a base, learn as much as you can, become comfortable with the information. It gets easier with time. As with anything, it takes 10,000 hours to become a master of your craft at anything. So if you put in the time, you will get really good at this. And once you get good at this, it is one of the best jobs in the world. You can create your own schedule. You can, kind of pick and choose who you want to work with if you're good enough. So you have a great client base, and it's a very stress-free job when you get into the later years of your career. So I highly recommend this career, and I hope this was helpful in helping you get started on your journey. And please reach out on Instagram or even in the comments if you have any more questions. I'm going to be putting up more videos on different aspects of the personal training career to help you guys know what you're getting yourself into if this is the career that you're thinking about getting into. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.